Hey VC, I'm back for another vinyl finds video, and I want to show some vinyl that I got this past weekend when I was out once again in Cincinnati. It's a regular thing I've been doing for on and off for the past, I don't know, month and a half or so, every weekend or just about every weekend. I've been going to some record stores in Cincinnati because there's so many uh, around that area, and they have so many good. Every time I go, I find all kinds of stuff. It's like everyone else out there. I'm sure you find stuff that's on your list that you're looking for, and then you find all this other stuff that you never really even knew existed or thought about. I mean, I my list always uh, keep adding stuff to it. It seems like I add more to it than I mark off, but that's beside the point. Anyway, I'll show you some of my, this is my hard rock and metal that I found this week, this past weekend. And the first one here is, I'm trying to get all of their albums, and I'm not sure exactly how many they have. I haven't checked their discography, but this is another UFO that I didn't have. Mechanics. I haven't listened to this one yet, but all the UFO that I have, I really like, so I'm sure I won't have a problem liking that one. And then this is one that I hadn't seen. I know a few of the songs on it. Susie Quattro, just entitled Quattro. I have a few of hers, but like I said, I hadn't seen this one, so you know, uh, anyone probably my age or older might remember Susie Quattro from Happy Days. She played Fonzie's girlfriend, Leather Tuscadero, uh, and there was Pinky Tuscadero on there too, which I'm assuming I think was her sister. Correct me if I'm wrong. Anybody out there that knows for sure? I might have that backwards, but anyway, I know she was on Happy Days. And then this is another band that I recently started trying to pick up stuff and ran across this Toronto Girls Night Out. And you can't tell on camera here, but the cover is a 3D cover. There's the girls on the back. And I think this one that just has a regular white sleeve. But I listened to that one, and that one's really good. Um, so that's I think that's the second Toronto album that I have. And then this one that I've seen a lot on the VC, Blue Oyster Cult. This one is Tyranny and Mutation. And I didn't have this one, and I've seen people show it, so it's like, okay, so that's something that I'm looking for. In one of the record stores I walked into this weekend, in the new release section, they have a box of new releases, new arrivals rather, and this was like halfway through the stack. It's like, yep, that's mine. And I listened to side one, and it's such a great album. I can't believe that I didn't have this one already. But that's what the VC is for, right? There's so many albums and bands and things that I have come across in watching people's videos that I would have never heard about or known otherwise. There was a time where I thought that okay, well, I have all the music I want, I have all the bands that I want, whatever it is, be vinyl or CD, and that's really just not the case. Not the case at all. Um, there's so much more music out there undiscovered, I guess you could say. Um, yeah. So anyway, lost my train of thought. Happens all the time. And this was one that I had a used copy of this that I I gave away with a stack of other records to a new vinyl collector a few years ago. And you know, the reason I did that was because, you know, it made someone else happy. You know, I already had the CD, which I know that isn't the same as having it on vinyl, but you know, just to see the reaction of someone else, you know, getting those was reason enough. But I actually did sort of regret getting rid of it, and I knew it's been out. Excuse me. I knew it's been out on re-release for quite a while, so I seen it and I just, you know, I just did it. I just got it. It's obviously Appetite for Destruction, Guns N' Roses, and this is the Back to Black one. And you know, I played this and it sounds so crisp and clean. You know, I couldn't ask for a better copy of this. So, and it was only $20, so worth every penny. I had when I first got Appetite, probably in '87, when it came out on cassette, I got it, and I wore out 2 copies on cassette, and then of course got the CD and so on. But and here's another one that I've bought some of their stuff previous, showed in the previous video, and this one I've always wanted ever since I've seen it. Like, you know, over the years I've seen it all the time. It's like, man, I really like to have that. And I had really no desire to get the CD so much. I mean, I would see it occasionally and look at it and never buy it. But once again, it's that vinyl thing, you know. So there's 2 versions of this, and this is the reissue with the double album. It's Iggy and the Stooges, Raw Power. And I'd seen this, like I said, numerous times, even on vinyl, and I would always pass it up. You know, I'd have it in my hands for a while, you know, walking around with it, and then I would, you know, put it back, and mainly because I was spending too much money or something, probably. But this has the LP1 is the original '73 David Bowie Iggy Pop mix remastered, and then the LP2 is the '97 Iggy Pop mix remastered. And then it comes with a book, 16-page book, which I didn't know about, obviously, until I opened it up. So, you know, that was a surprise. And then it goes into the details of, you know, the album, and you know, it's really, I was really surprised that it had this with it. It's got some great pictures in here too, man. So yeah, that's something I'm really glad to finally have, you know, after all of this time. So now I have all of the official releases of the Stooges, because I'd showed the Funhouse and first album in another video, and so now I have this one, and I want to start getting Iggy Pop's solo albums, which I have a few of those, but I checked out the discography, and he's done so many more than I'd realized originally. And the final complete moment of shock this weekend when I was out. You know, I've always said, if I ever see this, I'm just going to fall over, you know, or I figured there'd be so much that I wouldn't be able to afford it. Because I've seen online, it goes for a fortune practically on like Amazon or, you know, any of the places I've looked for it at. But it's David Bowie, The Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars. And this thing is so unbelievable that I found it. I mean, it's a used copy. Didn't bother me at all. No. Got the lyrics there. And the record is, it's perfect. The record's perfect. I only thought I would see this uh, online forever and never see it. I mean, I have the CD, but the vinyl, you know, I've been trying to get all of Bowie's. I mean, I have some of his, but I've been trying to get all of his little by little, because I know Bowie's very collectible, very popular. So, but they have actually turned up more frequent than I would expect. So anyway, also I got some CDs this past weekend. I thought I'd show these. Some some that I actually been looking for, and some I was really surprised to find. These first two was at Goodwill. This is if you can even see that, the Bullet Boys Freak Show. And I had never had this previous, but it's sort of broke there. I'd never had that. I always had their first one, but this one, I don't even remember really seeing this when it came out, just because I don't remember things. I'm sure it was there, like everything else, but anyway. And then this one, I was told at one time, or I'd heard at one time, that this band, their CD was really hard to find. Thunder, Backstreet Symphony. And this is, I was familiar with some of their songs off of this. Love Walked In and Dirty Love. I was really surprised to see the CD. And it's, these two CDs, like I said, came from the thrift store, but they're perfect. No scratches. And the last two that I'll show today is two that I've really been wanting for a long time. And once again, didn't see them on vinyl. Otherwise, I probably would have flipped out and had to have them. But I flipped out nonetheless and seen them on CD. So this one is Motley Crue, Saints of Los Angeles. And I'd heard so much good things about this album, how good it was, or how good it is. And I like Motley Crue, always liked Motley Crue. And this is one of the few that I never heard and didn't own. So, and this was a new copy. And then this one, someone showed on the VC recently on vinyl. I was like, oh my God, really? But I have to settle for it on CD. Slayer, Decade of Aggression. It's a double disc. And then this one was used, but it's still in basically mint condition. Some Def Jam there. Or, yeah, American recordings, I guess is what they called it. Same as the Johnny Cash was released on that. And there's the little booklet there. And it has some classic pictures there. And all of the songs, I mean, if you're a Slayer fan at all, you like all of their stuff. But this one has, as far as I'm concerned, it has a killer set list. I'm not seeing a bad song at all in here, but I like all the stuff I've heard from Slayer. Now, granted, I haven't heard a lot of the real super new stuff, but I heard the new single that they come out with recently. I think it was this year. They performed on the Golden Gods Awards and did it. It's called Implode, I think. That song is great. I hope that's on the album when they released it. So anyway, that's my vinyl finds, my most recent rock and metal. And, hopefully you'll like what you see and keep watching. And we'll see you next time around.